it occurs to me that since the show is called Sherlock Holmes and the 12 Days of Christmas, and since someone has cleverly worked in the elements of the song into the plot, you might want to refresh your memory with the lyrics. So, luckily, our totally efficient and brilliant producer has printed them on the back of your program. So as you take a look at those, you can sing along. We can no longer restrain the cast, so they will no doubt appear right now. And, oh yeah.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love came to me. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our show of mystery and mayhem. Please take this opportunity to turn off your electronic gadgets. We also ask that you refrain from using flash photography. On behalf of the Fezziwig family, we would like to thank our sponsors and encourage you to support them and let them know how much you appreciate their encouragement of the arts. Our sponsors are FYI Doctors, Just Us Coffee Roasters Co-op, King's Physiotherapy Clinic. Our print sponsor is Kings County Advertiser and Register, and our canteen sponsors are Grams at Mills Court, Petrocan, Duminas, and Just Us Coffee. This show is dedicated to one of Fezziwig's family members whom we lost suddenly this fall. The dedication is in your program. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Where we have the most romantic of remembrances. Gifts to make your girl gush, your beau blush. Hey! Excuse me. I'm talking to these fine people.
Trying to swindle them, more like it. I'm supposed to start this story. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening. My name is Alice Conan Doyle. You may be familiar with my brother Arthur, who wrote the famous Sherlock Holmes stories, beloved the world over. Well, he's sick. So, I am here to tell you a new story, one that has never been heard before, a Sherlock Christmas story. You'll see a lot of your old favorite characters and some new ones that we borrowed from the BBC. Now, that blowhard you were just listening to up there, that's Moriarty.
Ah, Moriarty.
Did you bribe Sabrina in the lighting booth? Sorry. Every story needs a villain, and Sherlock's is Moriarty.
It's Moriarty.
We are not going to get anywhere at this rate. What's with the name change?
It's all part of my plan to confuddle that dreary Sherlock. See, he's always worried about Moriarty, right? Well, he's not going to be worried about any Moriarty. Tunnel vision, that guy. And besides, it's the perfect name change as my new, entirely legitimate business.
Entirely legitimate?
Well, as I was saying, Moriarty's gift-giving service runs primarily on love. Or amour, hence Moriarty. Get it? Get it?
And that's the kind of humor we can look forward to this evening. This is going to be a very long night, folks.
Oh, come on. It's a great name. And besides, who do you think these lovely people are going to side with? The young, charismatic, handsome, and, well, overall brilliant villain of this piece? Or some two-bit narrator who can't even tell a good pun when it's written on a conveniently large sign?
Shoot me now.
I just might do that. Now, how about I tell you about today's specials, my friends?
No! How rude. We're not starting this production with an act. What is this, YouTube? Get on with it.
All right, fine. I have business to attend to anyway. I'll just be feathering my nest, as you all will see.
We begin our story on a night in the month of December. A crime has just taken place in the heart of London. A crime which would begin a series of events that will shock this city to its very core. A crime at a bird shop.
Inspector, animal rights activists. Now then, madam, you don't think the birds just escaped. You believe they were actually taken.
Not a trace of feathers outside, none. No, and there's no delicate little birdie tracks in the snow. Whoever did this bagged up them birds in here and rolled off with them. Well, I'm stumped. This all just sounds too loopy for a regular crime. Why, I think we'd best call...
No, please, Chief Inspector. Just let me try. I'm sure we don't need that hack.
Who are they talking about? Where have you been? Haven't you heard of the great consulting detective?
Don't you even say it.
Oh, come on, Knobsbottom. You have to admit he's got a knack for these...
We have arrived!
Who are they then?
That lug in the deep from his hat, that Sherlock Holmes, that is.
Who's Sherlock Holmes?
Who's Sherlock? Oh, now you've done it. Oh, not this again. He's here, not Bradford, not Cumberbatch, but homegrown. This one from our hometown won't back down to Saltbrun. Good news, got blues, either one was sitting. His hat's cool, and I think you'll put on the cases of break. It's too hard.
I'm dead.
Hey, you please, said my man, it's too hard.
I'm dead.
My spells, my man, it's too hard.
I'm dead.
When you can only aspire, man, it's too hard.
I'm dead.
It's all in the measure. Break it down. He'll solve it, hallelujah. He'll solve it, hallelujah. He'll solve it, hallelujah. 'Cause Sherlock, he's gonna give it to you. 'Cause Sherlock, he's gonna give it to you. 'Cause Sherlock, he's gonna give it to you. It's Christmas time and they're on the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 hey! Now, before you all leave, let me tell you a little something. You have 15 stains in your teeth, no evidence of tobacco in your uniform, and a slight twitch in your left hand. Thus, you are in the midst of an attempt to quit smoking.
Blimey, he's brilliant.
Sherlock, I said Sherlock, Sherlock, I said Sherlock, Sherlock, I said Sherlock. Christmas time and we're on the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. 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 Hey, 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 hey! Stop! You know I actually hate it when you do that, right?
That really was very Sherlock.
Oh,
Yes. And, Dr. Watson.
You can, why don't you just call me John.
Indeed. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming so quickly when we called.
oh, we didn't. Featherless exits, no tracks, multiple cages.
But I mean, sometimes we like to wander the neighborhood in search of crimes to solve. I can't leave them all to the police, what?
Don't leave us any, really. Shop owner standoffish. Musty odor, possibly a coin collector.
Oh, I mean, points okay. And Sherlock, how are you making out with all of this?
Watson! Yes, Sherlock does not like to be touched when he's thinking.
Thinking?
Oh, firm grip indicates self-assurance.
And he's always thinking.
Multiple cages. You, musty coin collector, how many birds were stolen?
About 50 in total, I reckon. Some of them quite rare.
Oh, did you happen to have a Maltese Falcon?
No.
Good, I solved that one already. More information required. How many of each species?
Oh, well,
What kind of an establishment is this? You don't know your own stock?
While you was doing your fancy song and dance routine, I conducted an inventory. Let me see here. French hens, ravens, a partridge, some swans, some finches, geese, and doves.
Hens, ravens, swans, geese. How many of each?
Let me see. 3 hens, 4 ravens, 7 swans, 6 geese.
2 turtle doves.
Oh, yes. How? You've been spying on my notebook.
The crime is solved, in theory. Now, to find the actual culprit.
Solved? He solved it?
He hasn't solved it.
Oh, he's solved it.
Well, what's he doing now?
Oh, he's just searching for clues. He will find evidence of the perpetrator who has pilfered these birds. Now, don't you worry. He never fails to find the culprits.
I have failed to find the culprit. You're obviously dealing with a criminal mastermind.
Who steals birds?
Never underestimate the motives of a criminal mastermind, madam.
You say you've solved the case, Mr. Holmes, then tell us.
What is the date?
World's greatest detective. He doesn't even know the
December 12th.
Exactly. 2 weeks before December 25th, which is, according to how these things are measured, the first day of Christmas.
I thought there was just one day.
Constable, are you at all familiar with a children's book called Mirth Without Mischief?
I do not read children's books, sir.
Well then, you do yourself a disservice, for many books aimed at younger readers are full of immeasurable wisdom, not to mention valuable insight into the trials and tribulations of mankind as a whole.
He is a huge fan of the Harry Potter series.
I take it this children's book has an important bearing in the case.
Indubitably, for it is the earliest known publication of the song, The 12 Days of Christmas. In fact, if you compare the lyrics of the song with the stolen birds, you will clearly see a connection.
Oh, perhaps we could sing the song through?
No. The audience already sang it before the show.
Hold on. I have a complete inventory. There were far more birds stolen than in that song.
A ruse to mask their true intent.
And I know that song. There were no 4 calling birds stolen there.
Oh, Constable, your knowledge of children's books is proving woefully inadequate. The original line was, in fact, 4 collie birds or blackbirds.
The ravens.
Just so. And I would expect the other items in the song to be stolen before long. They'll be given by someone's true love and will start appearing on the first day of Christmas. Christmas Day.
Now hold on, you're saying some nutter is out there starting a crime wave that will result in the kidnapping of milkmaids and lords and ladies?
Yes, and drummers and pipers as well.
Perhaps we could solve the case after the pipers have disappeared. All right. I'll alert the ruling council of the city, have police put extra units on all jewelry stores, send warnings to local farms, and tell the music conservatories to watch out for their drummers. Fine. And pipers. Come along, Constable.
Yes, Chief Inspector, we'll get to the bottom of this. Don't you worry.
Yes. Once I've solved it for you.
What he means to say, Chief Inspector, is that we would be delighted to assist in any way possible.
I know.
How will I ever get her to notice me?
What? The Chief Inspector? Why would you need her to notice you?
Why, indeed?
Right. You'd only need her to notice you if you had committed the crime. And why would you possibly need a pile of gifts?
Uh-oh.
I have, in point of fact, come up with 7 possible motivations behind this plot, although I admit I am at a loss at the moment as to actual suspects. Now, if my old foe, Moriarty, was still active...
Oh, you think that Moriarty's in love with someone? What?
No? What's love got to do with it?
Normally, Sherlock, I would break into song, but I tell you, you're missing the human element here. But I think that in this instance, ignoring love is absolutely the right track to follow. I will let you think on that. I have an urgent errand to run.
Excuse me.
Oh, why must everyone interrupt me while I'm trying to think?
Molly Hooper, Seaside Scotland Yard. I heard of the murder here I needed to investigate.
Oh, no murder, no. There were quite a few
bird stolen from this location, and, well, I think that's a dead parrot, but no murder.
No murder? The other CSIs must have been playing a joke on me. Again. Anyways, that parrot is not dead. It is simply hiding from the
Yes, well, I think I'd best get back to my apartments for some peace and quiet. It's too noisy for a man to think straight around here.
You're with Scotland Yard?
No. Sherlock Holmes, consulting detective.
Sherlock Holmes! I've heard Lestrade talk of you! She says you're brilliant!
Ah, yes,
And John Scotland says you're a clown.
Good day, Miss Hopper.
Hooper! Oh, dear. I must be always put my foot in my mouth. It is so much easier talking to people in the morgue and to pining parrots. Sherlock, I know he sees a person, but I can tell. Underneath, he has a heart of gold. I can tell he really, really wants to help people. Why, if I could just help him with this case, then surely he will see how caring and intelligent I am. And then...
Moriarty.
Whatever.
All right. All my ducks are in a row, all my geese are laying, all my swans are swimming, and all that ornithological stuff. A bird in the hand is worth many more in the freezer, my friends. I'm gonna make some good pies out of these. 4 and 20 blackbirds.
The worst pies in London.
Well, there's no accounting for taste. Ooh, I hope that doesn't ruffle anyone's feathers. I wouldn't want a good bird to go to waste, you know. The early bird catches the sucker born every minute. Birds of a feather.
Meanwhile, Dr. John Watson was on his way to Moriarty's gift shop as we spoke. You know, this whole story could be wrapped up in one tiny little package if he just found a Moriarty in the midst of a self-congratulatory soliloquy.
Watson's on his way?
Yes.
Moriarty!
It's Moriarty, Dr. Watson. I don't want to be confused with that criminal in the papers. Yeah.
Drop the act. I've already got it all figured out. Moriarty's running this business as some sort of front for another one of his criminal enterprises. He even has you, his employee henchman, adopting that ridiculous fake name.
In case you're wondering why Dr. John Watson isn't falling for this very blatant disguise, FYI, Dr. John Watson has never been to visit an optometrist.
Oh, John. Dear John, you wound me so. Here I am, a humble giver of gifts, a purveyor of joy and happiness to the peoples. And in you come, with your wild accusations running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Oh, to make a poor man weep.
I'm sorry, it's just, we've had so many run-ins with Moriarty before, and you must admit, the similarity of names is quite obvious.
Oh, you are a good man, John. Don't let this hang-up about some has-been villain be an albatross around your neck. We'll be happy as a lark once your beloved receives these gifts, and I certainly needn't explain the birds and the bees to a man of your experience. We think that's say no more, say no more.
Once Sherlock had explained that the birds were intended as gifts, and I thought about the name of your holiday package, the ultimate Judoku.
The ultimate Dodecadonum Christmas gift package.
Yes, now. Then I thought.
Get that thought right out of your head. I am more than excited to be providing the ultimate Dodecadonum Christmas gift package to you and your love. Don't let that spoilsport Holmes clip your wings. Be as free as a bird to find the love that you seek.
Well, it was while working with him that I found my love.
Yes, well, love does work in mysterious ways.
Yes, well, it's certainly been absorbing my thoughts lately. Look, I'm so sorry if I insulted you, Mr. Moriarty. I saw coincidences. I was worried I was being set up.
Yes. Let the love flow through, Doctor. Be at peace.
Thank you. I must be getting back to Sherlock. Now, you said that it was a series of gifts, this package?
Yes. Each more extravagant than the last, your love. You'll be suitably enchanted, I'll try.
That's excellent. A good day to you, sir.
To you as well, Dr. Watson. Oh, and a Merry Christmas.
A Merry Christmas to you too, Mr. Moriarty.
Patsy loved the winged Cupid blinds all.
Actually, with Watson, I think it's astigmatism.
Really, for a narrator, you have no sense of drama.
Oh, and you're so much better. Oh, Dr. John Watson, your suspicions are for the birds. Oh, you think you're so clever. Well, wait till Sherlock Holmes catches up to you and cooks your goose.
Holmes will not catch me! Holmes will not catch me. My plan is flawless this time.
Well, would you like to explain it to us then?
Oh, no. It's far too early in the show for that. Besides, I have some people to sell to right now. These criminal enterprises don't fund themselves. Soul for a wish, pennies and dimes for a kiss. And here I have the right gift. Come visit me today. A very precious stolen diamond necklace or some pilfer dress is where you think you're going, baby. Hey, I'm a thief and you call me crazy, but here's my number, so call me baby. It's hard to find a good deal, baby. So call me maybe. I'm Moriarty's gift-giving service for when you're trying to steal your love's affections.
All right, enough of the jumping around. Let's call this meeting to order. Lord Alfred Winthrop, Buckingham Palace, Stuart Fezziwig.
Vivian Smith, Smythe Smith, Alistair Keats, Rachmaninoff, Beethoven, Poole.
Nigel Incubator Jones.
Alfred Pepperidge Farm, Huntington, Jones. No relation.
Salmon, bread, puppet, and carrot.
Javez, Brook, and Hampstead, Bovine, Stevens.
Brigadier General Oliver St. John Mollusk Quadratic Equation Tangent McMillan Retired.
Johann Gumblebutty, de van Osmond Crossenbon, Fry Diggle Dingle Dingle Dongle, van Knucklecrasher, Shodoken, Kampvlies, Meatloaf van Honkoff of Olm.
Great job, Johann.
Nice Mitford.
Ah, yes, well, quite. Now, first item on the agenda.
Lord Fezziwig, we bring urgent tidings.
Excuse me, but don't you realize this is an official meeting of the ruling council of the Lords of London?
It's bad enough that you're interrupting.
And you at least need to address us all by our full names.
All of you.
Yes.
With your, full names.
Absolutely.
Oh, I think I might have it in my notebook somewhere. Right, here we go. May we please have the pleasure of addressing Lords Alfred Winthrop, Buckingham Palace, Stuart Fezziwig, Vivian Smith, Smart Smith, Alistair Keats, Rachmaninoff, Beethoven, Pooh, Nigel Incubator Jones, Alfred McCaffrey's Farm, Huntington Jones, Simon Zink, Trumpet Harris, Gervais Brooke, Hamster, Polygon Stevens, Oliver St. John Mollis, Quadratic Equation, Tangent Macmillan.
Retired.
And Johann Gamble, Polydon von Osborne, Crash Crenbon, Free Digger, Dingle, Dangle, Dungle, Dungle, Bursting von Lacker, Thrasher, Schondanker, Kaufsfleisch, Mittler, Hauptmann, Podcast, Boom.
Now, why the interruption?
Yes, what is the problem?
Your Lordships, it has come to the attention of the police that there may be an imminent threat against your persons.
Oh dear.
What is the nature of this threat, pray tell?
It is believed that you may be abducted.
Abducted? Why?
Well, it seems there's a criminal out there amassing all the elements from the song 12 Days of Christmas.
Afraid I don't remember how that goes.
Let's see it.
We don't have time for that. Just the facts, ma'am.
Right. This morning, a bird shop was ransacked, which pretty much covers the whole song. It's really quite bird-heavy. But that leaves rings, milkmaids, lords, ladies, and drummers. Yes, and pipers.
But wait, that song was about Lords Elithan. We are lords, yes, but we are an official ruling council.
My lords, how do you begin and end your meetings?
In a fairly standard fashion, what's that got to do with it?
Oh, could you please demonstrate?
Oh, very well. My goodness!
Mr. Thomas Lippin,
Yes, it could.
We're doomed! Doomed!
Okay, let's not give in to despair yet. Scotland Yard is on the case, and we also have our best consulting detective assisting us.
Best consulting Looney Tune.
Well, we should have more assurances.
Assurances?
Yes.
good idea. You know, we were meeting today to elect the 10th Lord to replace Elton Xavier Stokes John Williams after that tragic accident.
Oh, my dear, yes. Well, I think that perhaps Chief Inspector Lestrade should become our 10th Lord.
Yes, then she'll certainly be motivated to solve this case.
No, I really
It would be wonderful. Now, what is your full name?
Georgina Lestrade, but I really don't think
No, not long enough. Not long enough at all.
Kneel.
By the power vested in me as chairman of the ruling council of the Lords of London, I hereby dub thee Lord Georgina, washing machine,
Opera House.
Opera House,
Jones.
Lestrade. Yes, that's it. Rise, Lord Georgina, washing machine, Opera House, Jones, Lestrade, and welcome to the Lords of London. And by the way, your first duty will be to solve this mystery.
Yes, what are you standing around here for?
Get moving.
Right. Good day, my lords.
I'm a fool now!
solely on the police.
Do you think? Well, regardless of that, I can't understand why anyone would even think that they would dare to abduct us.
Gentlemen, I think I know who would want to abduct us. The irregulars.
You're right. They're the only ones with the power and the moxie to dare to try to abduct us. Yes. My lords, we shall go to war against the irregulars. Yeah! Let us away.
All of them, fully so easily for that red herring about the irregulars. I, Lord Poole, Lord Moriarty's plan is working perfectly.
I have learned to my despair this counsel is a broken travesty. Time for Poole to take the power now in partnership with Moriarty. And soon they'll know this Poole is no one's fool, and Holmes will be defeated and why, perfidious one, am I.
Thank you. So, you're probably wondering who the irregulars are, aren't you? Yes. But aren't you, all of you? Yes. Because I certainly am. The irregulars are Sherlock's gang of precocious street urchins, short for the Baker Street Irregulars. Tapped into the heart of the city, these kids can get information and go places that no one else can. There's Quiggin, the leader of the pack. There's Oliver, or Ollie for short, who knows the streets like the back of his hand. And then we have Gavroche, who is often feeling Les Miserables. And if you watch closely, you might see the icy Sherlock show a bit of heart or tenderness to these ragamuffins who live a very, very troubled life.
Boys, how are you?
Ready and waiting orders, sir.
Come see, come saw.
I'm still not a real boy.
We know, Pinocchio.
All right, boys. Here's the situation. There's a dastardly, evil, malicious, criminal mastermind about.
What is he doing? Is he murdering people?
No,
Is he beating people up?
nothing quite as violent as that, though.
He's offering loans at 3.5% for an introductory 6 months, then jacking up the interest to 19%. Having a kind of interest that's what you start to see from.
I don't think he is, no. So far, he has ransacked a bird shop.
A bird shop? Les Oiseaux?
But many birds have been stolen.
Birds?
Yeah, this isn't sounding like a big deal so far.
I haven't eaten anything for 2 days.
My nose grows when I lie.
I died in Revolutionary Force. I got that.
The point is, boys, this all has to do with the song, The 12 Days of Christmas. No.
Well, what the birds have to do with anything?
There is shortly to be a crime wave. Gold rings will be stolen. Then there will be a series of abductions, including milkmaids, lords, ladies, pipers, and drummers.
Well, I can't say we care much about the concerns of the lords and ladies, but to help the rest out, we can lend you a hand.
Even the pipers.
Good lad. Now, I want you to put your ears to the beating heart of London. We're listening for any signs of arrhythmia, any unusual signs of birds, rings, or abductions.
You go first.
Oh, you go first.
Oh, I'll go first. You speak of abductions? I believe you have
and no flag of truce. Now, what is the meaning of this intrusion?
You and I may have your own pseudo-rule in this part of London, but it's been brought to our attention that there is an imminent crime wave, and we believe you are behind it.
Yeah!
It would go very well with you if you came along to the police and confessed.
Are we playing a crime wave?
Does it look like this?
Yeah, we have no idea what you're talking about.
Yes, the boys are accurate. They are in my employ, and I've hired them to help me investigate this case.
You're using the suspects for investigation. I thought you were smart enough, Mr. Holmes.
Smart enough to find a real suspect. A woman disguised as a man in order to gain power. What do you have to confess?
Me?
Yes, you're not a lord. Legal bearing holds with nobility, but hands heavily used. Laceration above the nose argues for having been in a fight. Stance also holds with fighting skills. Poison up! Suspicion approved. Pin in hair corroborates. Comes from a little-known cabal of female assassins. Used her skills to assassinate and buff her way into lordship. Obviously responsible for the incident involving Lord Jupiter upstairs, downstairs, Downton Abbey, Smythe's tragic staircase fall. Not so tragic for this woman, madam.
Miss Irene Adler. I have to say, your reputation for brilliance is well deserved. I have never mentioned how handsome you are.
Yes, well, what would that have to do with my reputation? What possible relevance would that have to with my deductive capabilities?
You know, we really need to tell Sherlock about the birds and the bees someday.
Birds, bees, I assure you, I am very familiar with matters ornithological, apiological. Birds I have very recent experience with, as I have just expounded.
Oh, Sherlock, you're so British, so lacking in je ne sais quoi.
The only thing I haven't been able to deduce, Miss Adler, is why you've chosen to announce yourself now, before I've sent Lestrade and the lackeys to find the evidence.
Speeds up the story. And I have to say, it was exciting to watch you work, sweetie. Until later, darling!
Soft lips, warm breath, indicates unknown.
Oh, Sherlock, are you all right?
Yes, why wouldn't I be all right?
The birds and the bees.
I can cover that. I'm an excellent girl.
Well, thank you, Mr. Holmes, for uncovering that imposter in our midst. We must elect a new lord immediately.
Would you perhaps be considered? No. I find that operating on the fringes of society allows me far more invested in freedom.
Certainly. We best report back at once.
Yes, right. Just you know, we'll be watching you!
All right, you irregulars, enough of these side plots. You need to get to work on this case. Move out! We'll find something else. You bet we will.
Good lads, I'm sure you will.
What are y'all still doing here?
Please, sir, we want a song.
Songs? Why are you singing at a time like this?
You know, it might be motivational.
It really works like a frost. Red, the blood of angry men. Black, and dark ages.
Let's slow it down, okay? We're not in the war.
Alright, you saw those lords.
Let's sing a Christmas song.
Yeah! Oh, all right, you regulars, one quick song. Ready, ladies?
Yes, sir!
Ready, Captain Marsh? Ready, Ollie? Ollie?
Christmas, Christmas time is in. Time for toys and time for cheer. We've been good, but we can't last. Hurry, Christmas, hurry fast. On the plane that moves the loom, we are one. We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't be late.
doing there, Gavroche? Ollie, you're a little flat. Watch it. Ollie! Ollie! Ollie!
Want a plane that moves the moon. I still want a hula hoop. We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't be late. We can hardly stand the wait. Please, Christmas, don't be late.
Oh, that was very good, boys. Very good.
Yeah, let's sing it again.
Oh, no. Let's not overdo it.
What do you mean not overdo it? You want to sing it again?
Now, wait a minute, boys. Come on.
Good, they're gone, they're too cute. And so, the irregulars rushed out to find clues for Sherlock, but came up empty-handed. The irregulars faced increasing harassment from the law as the Lord put pressure on the Lestrade. Tensions rose as Christmas Day was fast approaching when the first gift was expected to be delivered. And poor Sherlock, he was so upset that he hadn't solved the case yet, and he sat in his apartment brooding with Watson, just waiting for Lestrade and Dobbs Bottom to call on Christmas Eve.
Chief Inspector, I think Sherlock is putting us on. There's no crime wave happening.
I'm afraid Dobbs Bottom has a point, Sherlock. There have been no jewelry stores robbed, no abductions. I don't know how to explain it. Unless, of course, it's just that the police force has been doing an excellent job preventing crime.
No, the crime wave is yet to come. You think your police force would find this madman? They couldn't find a coffee shop on Main Street.
Sherlock has been a bit depressed with the lack of progress in the case. I'm sure he meant nothing by that.
I meant all of it.
Can I get you some tea?
No, thank you.
I would love some coffee, please.
The thing is, Sherlock, the lords and ladies continue to be exceedingly worried.
Well, they should be. This criminal managed to ransack an entire bird shop without leaving any evidence, not even bird dropping. There has been no jewelry reported stolen recently. There have been no abductions related to this case. You people in your simple minds, the first 4 days of gifts are birds. They don't even need the rings till 29th, the milkmaids till New Year's Day. Or tomorrow there will be a Christmas miracle and the stars will just fill with birds. Sadly, no. The irregulars have discovered evidence of exotic bird pies on sale throughout London. The trouble is that despite our best efforts, we haven't been able to track down the source.
Here's your coffee. And I found these lovely heart-shaped shortbread cookies, Chief Inspector.
I hate shortbreads. I also hate how the papers have been reporting about the police, Sherlock. We really need a lead in this case, and we're all stymied.
Nah, tabloid garbage, so irrational. Humans are irrational, Sherlock. You think that a bloomin' brilliant detective could figure that out?
Emotions aren't exactly.
There were bells on the hills, and I never heard them ringing. No, I never heard them at home.
Yes, well then, the bells are in Big Ben, and I don't really care if Sherlock can hear them or not. I just want this case solved. Keep us apprised. Come along, nice bottom.
Right, and Merry Christmas, and it will be merry when this fictional crime wave is not on the horizon. Well, go cookies.
I saw your guest just left, Doctor. How did it go with the Chief Inspector?
Miserably.
Oh, she didn't like the cookies?
She hates shortbread.
Oh, well, what about the singing to her?
Oh, she barely even listened.
Oh, she's got a lot on her mind. Maybe people should Christmas.
Well, actually, I do
have a package on order from a local gift shop, so I'm
Gift shop package.
What kind of package?
Oh, but there's this new place in town.
Sherlock! I'm here for the daily report, sir.
Wait, what news?
We have found absolutely no clues, sir. But, it's Christmas Eve, so the irregulars and I, we're going to take the night off and, hang around what little food we've managed to acquire.
Mrs. Hudson, do you have that turkey ready I asked for?
Yes.
Would you take Wiggins with you and give it to him?
Why, thank you, Mr. Holmes.
I'm Sherlock does that all after it.
Nonsense. The irregulars can't keep searching for clues if they haven't eaten. Oh, Watson, I have to tell you, I am a real Sherlock fucker. Oh, not now, Watson. Really don't move. Oh, there has to be something I'm missing. Some morsel, some clue. You know what? I'm going to have to go into my mind palace.
Your what now?
My mind palace. It's a construct in my imagination. If you can imagine a building and place all the information you've ever acquired in there in an organized fashion, you can recall extraordinary amounts of detail. On the occasions when I'm truly stumped, I visit it. Well, how do you get there? Hold your breath. Still your mind. Count to 3. Come with me, and you'll be in a world of pure imagination. Take a look, and you'll see into your imagination. We'll begin with a spin, traveling in the world of my creation. What we'll see will provide explanation. If you want to view evidence, simply look around and view it. Anything you want to do it. Want to solve a case? There's nothing to it. There is no, I find out, to compare with pure imagination. Living there, you'll be free if you truly wish to be.
Actually quite beautiful, Sherlock.
Oh no.
What, you found a clue?
Yes, there will be trouble this night. Come, we must away. The game is afoot.
And as Sherlock rushes through the foggy streets of London, we turn our attention to a salon across town. This is the official gathering place for the very beautiful ladies of London.
Ladies, I have a new lady to introduce to you. When that Miss Adler was unmasked by good Mr. Holmes, we replaced her. This is the new Lord's partner, Lady Rogers.
Good day, ladies. Good day.
Lady Rogers, I must say, it is very brave of you to join our ranks at a time like this.
You mean with the threats in the air? My husband isn't worried at all. He says our lightning rods were perfectly installed.
Lightning rods?
The fear of conduction? He says never fear. Our lightning rods will conduct the electricity perfectly.
No, you have misheard me. It is not conduction.
Well, my husband isn't worried either. He says I'm the
only woman for him.
My dear, what are you blabbering on about?
Well, all these threats about seduction.
Oh, it is not seduction.
Well, my husband says he has nothing to worry about. It's all on the other side of the Americas anyway, in the Pacific Ocean.
Do I even want to know?
The Cascadia Seduction Zone. There was all those articles about it a while back. Shouldn't affect us all here in merry old England.
Have your husbands been keeping you in the dark, or do they all need hearing aids? We are talking about abductions. Abductions. The fear that we might all be kidnapped. I shall have to have a talk with my husband about this. And here he is now. My darling, there seems to be some confusion over these abductions.
Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll all be settled tonight.
Nettle? Kettle? Sebastian Vettel?
You're reaching, dear.
At any rate, since we all have such a long night, you thought we should pop by and see our darlings first.
Oh, well, is there anything that I should be worried about?
Oh, my dear. Another late night meeting which will sort things out and provide a truce with the irregulars.
And where is Lord Lestrade? We were talking earlier about who we might set her up with.
She's prepared for the meeting. Of course, there will be a strong and released president.
I didn't realize there was going to be so much danger when we took on these new positions as Lord and Lady.
I keep telling you it will be fine, my love. The rods will conduct.
It is not conduction. It's abduction. We may all be kidnapped.
Oh, good heavens. Oh, no!
There.
Look, I keep telling you, we're absolutely safe. You have to trust me.
These fools couldn't keep cheese safe from mouse. I thought you were going to fix this whole organization as you rose in the ranks.
I will. Further steps will be taken tonight.
I wish you would just tell me what was happening.
It's for your own good. I'm doing this all for you. The less you know, the better. If anything did go wrong...
Oh, don't talk like that.
We'll be taken care of. Don't worry, sweetheart.
But I'm afraid... I interrupt, I'm sorry. We must now, my lords, attend to our meeting. We must obey.
Well, let us all wish them well on their endeavors. Okay, but now.
Yes.
We should have a song.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the
The lords are about to attack the irregulars. Madam, I just had a visit from the police. And although I hate to admit it, something Constable Knobsbottom said about the irrational nature of humanity resonated with me as I traveled through my mind palace.
Mind palace?
Just go with it. It all came together. You see, it's not just about the facts, ma'am, but emotions. You see, the lords are scared. They're nervous. They've never truly been challenged. They've heard about these upcoming abductions, and they want someone to blame, a convenient scapegoat. And someone has been feeding them a very great deal of misinformation. And so I believe that tonight the lords will mount an offensive against the irregulars.
Oh, that can't be. They're just going to talk. Lord Lestrade will be there in the weeks.
Oh, is that? We actually just spoke with Lestrade and Knobsbottom. They were asking us if we had any more clues. They think that the irregulars had nothing to do with this.
Oh, my. But why would my husband lie to me?
Well, now, he cares for you, and I would surmise that he believes he can protect you by hiding the truth.
It's foolishness, really. They ought to be communicating and working together with you.
Because you're the expert at communicating and working with people.
Well, they're not all me, are they? Besides, I took a sensitivity training course while I was in my mind palace. Ladies, come with us at the time. If my suspicions are correct, you may be able to quell the violence this night.
And so Sherlock and the ladies rushed out to the scene of the impending battle between...
Hey, everybody! That's really been a whole 4 scenes since I was out on stage last. Oh, poor people.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I just came up here to watch the fight, you know. Gotta love a good fight. Being up here is cheaper than watching it on the pay-per-view, so...
This is my spot. You're not allowed to be here.
Look, I'm here, you're here. Why can't we just enjoy this thing together? Here, have some of my pie.
Well, I am feeling a bit peckish. This tastes peculiar. What's in it?
Oh, just a few swans I had lying around the shop. I have a few extra, you know.
Oh, I think I'm going to be sick to my stomach.
Really? I was hoping to get your opinion on those. I'm trying out a new recipe, you know. I hope I didn't mix that one up with one of the poison pies.
Poison?
Poison, yeah. Gotta diversify your pie making, you know. Some pies for food, some pies for poison. Besides, I thought you were some kind of omnipotent narrator type, immune to things like that. I certainly wasn't gonna waste good poison on you.
You know, I think it's just a wee bit of indigestion after all.
Yeah, indigestion, huh?
Oh! Oh! Move it!
Why don't you take care of that? I think I can handle it from here. But first... You know someone with a beef, they're always giving you grief. They wanna call you a thief. Come visit me today. You wanna get a release. Just need that one bit of peace. I got a pie made of peace. Come visit me today. I'm very tasty. Bird-filled poison pastry. Come on, let's be hasty. Where do you think you're going, baby? Hey, I'm a villain. You call me crazy, but here's my number. So call me, baby. It's hard to find some poison, baby, but I can make it. So call me, baby. I'm Moriarty's poison pies for when you're just dying to impress. You're far too kind. And so now, let's turn our attention back to the scene of the impending battle between the irregulars and the lords. Ah, and here come the noble lords now.
All right, my lords. This is it. Here is where we shall meet the irregulars head on.
Well, show them what for. Strength of fear for 1% into that. 1
become quite annoying with you lot. Indubitably.
So, this is what it comes down to.
Yes, this is that to which it comes down. What do we do now? I've never started a fight before.
Go away.
Ah, he pushed me! He pushed me! You never said nothing about pushing.
There's more where that came from. People across.
These here kids need some schooling. Into yard, this here is England. God save the Queen.
Looks like we got here just in time.
Just in time for keeping them from making blooming fools of themselves.
We need to break this up.
Lord Lestrade, you must immediately arrest these young ruffians. Before they get up to no good.
Lord Fezziwig, we have no evidence that these ruffians have done anything or will do anything. We're here to break up a potential riot.
Speak for yourself. No, these lords beg outside of the side, but the irregulars are young and scrappy. Can't put up the irregulars. You're wrong.
No, Spotter. With just the two of us here to do anything of use, we're going to have trouble keeping this fight broken up.
Could be worse than that dandy Holmes.
Here we come to save the day!
Hey, my big man.
My lords, you must cease this ridiculous crusade against the irregulars.
Never!
Oh, thanks for the help, Mr. Holmes. We appreciate it. We really do, but you can't stop this.
Oh, I can't, but they can.
Buckingham Palace, Stuart, Fezziwig.
Yeah.
He's running up the Johan, get him the body, do it back. All right, jingle bells, not the jingle all the way on.
This is enough. The children are not the real friends. But dear, and there's some cookies. Would you like some milk and cookies?
Yes, you should all out the cold. Yes, you just need to carry.
Milk and cookies?
More.
All right, regular.
I'm still not a real boy.
Let's call a truce.
But what?
Nothing. Oh, curses! None of this is going as it should. Those useless lords and irregulars, and that infernal Holmes!
Yeah, I don't know. Blood down there. Makes it hard to settle a bet.
What are you two doing up here? You're supposed to be down there, making sure there's a fight going on!
Oh, better. Yeah.
Oh.
No, all's well that ends well.
No, it's not over yet. Now, either you are closing your eyes to a situation you do not wish to acknowledge, or you are not aware of the caliber of disaster indicated by the presence of the criminal mastermind in your community. Well, you got trouble, my friends. Right here, I say trouble right here in London City. Why, sure, I'm a clever chap, certainly mighty proud. I say I'm always mighty proud to say it. I consider that the hours I spend in the rooms of my mind are golden. Helps you cultivate logic, and a cool head, and a keen eye. Did you ever take and try to solve a case with a locked door and a shaggy dog and no real motive in sight? And so I say with my judgment, brains and maturity, I spot we've a traitor here. I say in this fine crowd you'll find a wolf disguised in sheep's clothing. And I call that vile. And the first big step on the road to the depths of day, I say the first tread tails, the boys are in danger, then start up a rumble. And the next thing you know, these kids are facing extinction of their real life. And listening to some mucky-muck noble hearing him promising a prison sentence. Not some foster care placement, no, but a stay behind steel bars. Like to see some muscle-bound holy boy staring these singular things, make your blood boil, well, I should say. Now, friends, let me tell you what I mean. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lords who might be evil, peers who can't tell the difference between a gentleman and a bun with a capital B, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for fool!
And a partridge in a pear tree.
What is this?
A first gift on the stroke of midnight.
Midnight.
Merry Christmas!
Lestrade? Partridge? Oh, curses!
Why is he coming to me?
I don't know. You got a bloomin' admirer, mayhaps? I've got to get home, cross the ferry on the Thames. This is a river city, after all.
Hold on there. Look at old fool.
No! Lord Fool, my word!
Pastry on hands, pastry on mouth, rumpled pocket. I deduce this man has eaten something poisonous in order to avoid giving us information.
He's not dead. He's just comatose.
Doctor, please, help him.
I'll do what I can.
The countdown has begun. Someone will attempt to make presents of us all in 9 days from now. Yes, and the ladies in 8 days, 9th day of Christmas.
Yeah. No one cares about the 8 maids of milking.
Or the pipers. And so, my friends, you got trouble.
Oh, we got trouble.
Like here in River City.
Like here in River City.
With a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for pool.
That stands for pool.
We surely got trouble.
We surely got trouble.
Right here in River City.
Right here.
Sherlock, this man who took the poison looks like a fool.
Oh, we got trouble. We're in terrible, terrible trouble. That man in the poison-induced coma is the devil's tool. Devil's tool. We simply got trouble.
Oh, yes, we got trouble here. We got big trouble. With a capital T.
Got a line with P.
Got a line with P.
That stands for pool.
That stands for
No, my friends, listen to me before I pass this way.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. Did you miss me? Well, after Moriarty's awful pie, I had a wee bit of a stomach comfort back, and now I'm back. But it appears that I missed a little bit at the end of the last act and throughout intermission, so I thought we would start by listening to what the common people are saying on the street. Tap into what the word is. The zeitgeist, so to speak. Zeitgeist. That's a great word. You all should look it up and use it.
Hello,
Have you read the papers lately?
The papers? Oh, I only buy the free grapevine to line my compost bin.
You mean the grapevine?
Whatever. But don't you read it first? Well, I don't need to be reading. I'm a milkmaid. What have I got to do for reading? These kid cows are going to teach me nothing about reading. Well, do you at least watch the news on telly? It's the bleeding early 1900s. This year is a musical period piece.
All right, no need to get all hot and bothered and angry at me. It's not my fault you're having your period. Peace.
Do you think we could just move it along a little bit, please? Alright, I think that's good enough.
So what are the papers saying anyway?
Well, they're calling it day 3 of gift games.
Gift game? They made a game of gifts?
No, you don't know anything, do you? The media add get at the end of news of a scandalous nature after that American presidential ball.
No! Who's saying anachronistic? That didn't happen till the 1970s. Who's got Watergate? I work with this buffoon every day. And even I know that.
Oh, maybe nobody told the papers. Anyway, all I know is that after that gang war with the Lords, Ladies and the Irregulars, she
Chief Inspector Lestrade received more gifts, 2 turtle doves, and 3 French hens.
3 French hens? Oh, I wish someone would give me.
And that boffin Sherlock is no closer to solving the mystery. Now, warning anybody mentioning that 12 Days of Christmas song to be careful, stay indoors. Don't go out after dark.
Really? Well, who's in it anyway?
Oh, it's been a while since I've read that. I seem to remember a lot of animals.
Oh, puppies?
Oh, puppies, yes, and kittens, like the ones you see on Cats of Instagram, and probably some penguins.
Oh, penguins? Oh, damn not. Penguins? The big, scary beasts with the big, boogly eyes, and the green scales, and the great, big claws. They'll rip your dress off right before you know it.
No, you're thinking of velociraptors, love. No, penguins are those little black and white wobbly things. They look like they're wearing tuxedos. And if you dress children up like them, they steal the show.
Is it too late to borrow penguin outfits from the stage prophets?
Then is my favourite part, all the jewellery. Emeralds, rubies, sapphires,
diamonds, maybe?
Diamonds, too. And then, on day 7, a 50% off coupon for Pete's.
Oh, Pete! I love Pete! Why, didn't close back in my... Oh, for Pete's sake!
Well, after 12 days, not all the gifts can be winners. Maybe it's redeemable up at Luckett's Vineyard.
Why bother with that?
I hear the view's nice.
Oh, I suppose I don't see the correlation.
It's the same man.
No, can't be. No resemblance whatsoever.
Well, and then there's also people in the like you've got drummers, pipers, lords a leaping, ladies dancing, kings conniving, queens a quilting, celebrities selling, politicians promising, and news anchors pushing the neoconservative agenda.
Oh, it's fancy words and whatever. What all I want to know is wasn't there milkmaids involved in the song?
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there was.
Take 8. Maids are milky.
See? Day 8. Made
The humble giver of gifts. Goons, grab them!
Right, no, I need to milk Daisy. Oh, I've got to pay off my student loan allocating a load of funds.
Calm down, ladies, calm down. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just going to borrow you for a little bit.
And what about our intrepid detective hero? Well, Sherlock was still on the case, but there were a lot of women on his. This is getting so exciting. It's like an episode of TMZ or Entertainment Tonight. I hope none of them are named Kardashian.
December 27th, the 3rd day of Christmas, and still not a single lead. We have no idea where these so-called gifts for Lestrade are coming from. The irregulars can't trace their source, they just show up. You really ought to take something for that cough, It's getting more frequent every day. I need you in top form when we confront whoever's behind all this. Right.
Boys, there's a lovely young lady here to see you.
Lestrade?
No, she works with the chief inspector.
like to do what most of us call niceties or small talk. He prefers things straight to the point. Do you have something related to the case?
I do. You remember that substance that Lord Poole ingested which put her into a coma? It was
A swan pie.
You knew.
Yes, I deduced it was in fact a pie made from these stolen birds. Most likely swans, after going over Constable Lobsbottom's inventory notes.
And I spent several days running tests to confirm that's what was in it.
Tell me something I don't.
Bigfoot is in vogue.
Something I don't know that's relevant to the case. Good day, Miss Homer.
My Sherlock, aren't you spectacular today? This is...
Ah, Miss Irene Adler.
How was that reaction all the time, David? Come have a cup of tea.
Now, do you have something for me that's relevant to the case?
No. I just wanted to drop by and see my handsome detective.
What?
She likes you, sir, and is quite forward.
Well, people don't usually like me.
Well, she likes you. In fact, I think she even likes you.
She does what now?
I was wondering if you have any plans on New Year's Eve.
Well, you know, we usually just sit back, reflect on the cases of the year. Of course, that will depend on how this case is going. New Year's Eve is day 7. Milkmaids, lords, and ladies will all be abducted soon after if we don't do something.
I believe she wants you to ask her on a New Year's Eve date, Sherlock.
Dr. Watson seems to be more adept with the social cues than you, dear.
Social? Who has time for social when the game is afoot? No, we need to think. That's what we need to do. Oh, if only Moriarty was still around. But he disappeared after that business with the 76 trombones. Yes, if he was still active, he'd truly be behind this whole affair. Probably with some ridiculous setup like a gift shop with a fake name.
You really get that looked at by a doctor.
Fine. This is fine. At any rate, that Moriarty, I have no idea who to suspect. There'll be more birds tomorrow, ravens most likely, and then the rings the day after that. Wait a minute. Yes, rings. You're a woman.
Thanks for noticing.
Women like expensive jewelry, plays into their need for status, and we know you're a social climber, would impersonate a man to gain power and prestige. So, tell me, madam, have you robbed any jewelry stores lately? Visited any pawn shops?
My dear Mr. Holmes, you really are desperate to solve this, aren't you?
It hurts so much inside.
Well, I wish I could help. But I don't care much for 5 gold rings. Mine would have to be
Where's this whimsy coming from?
think all of these people dancing about that would be far too much for him. He probably ran off in the street.
Oh, all right. Well, I'll catch up with them later then. Let's take it home, people.
Sherlock with this all the straw.
So Dr. John Watson stood in the empty gift shop, debating with himself between pride and honor.
What a fool!
What are you doing here? Get lost! I'm trying to create a little drama.
Drama? Come on, this is Fezziwig. What do you think this is? An episode of Game of Thrones or something?
Oh, like you're so brilliant with your big mastermind criminal plan. You couldn't saw your way out of a paper bag.
You want a villain? I'll give you a villain.
So John Watson stood in the gift shop doing what many have done before and many will do for years and seems to come. Cursing Moriarty.
Moriarty, if I can get my hands on you now. Right from the start, you were a thief. You played your part, and I, your willing victim. Let you make a fool of me, hoping she would notice me, and with every gift I sickened. Now I've been talking in my sleep. Oh, guilt that just won't let me be. Oh, how can I be good enough for her love, her love? Just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Just a second, I'm not broken, just bent, and I can learn to solve again. It's enough, planted written in the scars of my heart. No, I'm not broken, just bent, and I can learn to love again.
on the upper side of London, where we find this woman. You thought we'd forgotten about her, didn't you? Well, didn't you? Well, actually, we did. And it just proves my point. All of the heroes and the villains and the romantic leads can go about their business singing their hearts out about their own personal lives in this piece. But what about the collateral damage? What about the people running small businesses who are devastated by a villain's mad game?
The birds, tuppence a bag, tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bag. Three will birds, tuppence a bag,
Oh, musty coin collector.
It's Beatrice if you'd ever taken this one to ask.
Not relevant, Peter.
Have you found any birds yet?
Oh, haven't you heard of the Shrining's gifts?
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, when do I get them returned to me?
Returns? No, they're part of an ongoing investigation.
Oh, but my shop.
Now, of course, I suppose the dead ones and the ties, we don't need it longer.
Ted! Boys!
Crier! Why can't people be more sensible? Like Watson.
Sherlock, I have something to tell you and you're not going to like it.
Oh, I don't want to hear it then. Well, if I'm not going to like it, why should I listen to it?
Because you need to know.
I need to know, or you need to tell me. Oh, botheration. Fine. Oh, now what are they doing?
No, he wants someone with brains, Blondie. You must judge a book by its cover and see a size. Ooh, he is mine.
Watson!
It appears they are fighting over.
Good heavens, why?
Beats me.
He's mine.
Yes.
Perhaps try telling them you're not interested.
Of course he's interested.
He has to be.
Underneath all that detective concern about clues and cases is the heart of a passionate man.
Ladies, please. Why? Why do you insist on pursuing someone so clearly unobtainable? I assure you, underneath this detective concern is more detective concern. I have no use for romantic entanglements. They interfere with my work. Why don't you lavish your devotions on someone who returns them? Like attracts like, you know. Now look at Watson here.
Sherlock.
Yes. He's as stoic a man as ever I've met. As dedicated to the causes of justice and mystery as any hero in the Strand magazine. Like me, he understands that love is just a petty distraction from the real work.
Sherlock, I'm in love with Chief Inspector Lestrade, but I was too nervous to tell her so. I went to a gift shop and it was really Moriarty tricking me, and he's the one who's been sending gifts to her on my behalf.
I think that's our cue to exit.
Moriarty's got a gift shop.
Had a Moriarty's gift shop. You didn't see the flyers and the newspapers ads? Oh, right, you never buy gifts.
And you bought gifts.
Yes, the ultimate dodecadonum Christmas gift package.
Ah, dodeca as in 12, donum as in gifts. There we are, back to the 12 days of Christmas. Seriously?
Oh, that never was my strong suit.
How did I never see this? Why didn't I not observe that you were wrapped up in this all along?
Well, perhaps you were blinded by friendship as I was blinded by love.
Well, no matter. Now that we know it's Moriarty, we go.
Hold on a second. You mean that you forgive me?
What's to forgive?
Sherlock. I'd hug you if you weren't. Well,
Sherlock.
So, are you sure about this? I mean, Moriarty did kill you before.
Oh, yes. But I got better. Don't worry. The plan I'm forming even has you going on a date with Lestrade.
Date with Lestrade? Sure!
And so, Sherlock and Watson headed out to deal with Moriarty.
You! This is all your fault. Narrating them into this. John Watson never would have went to Sherlock if it hadn't been for your big dramatic musical number.
Oh, really? It wasn't obvious that that was going to happen.
Well, you wanted a villain? Now you've got one. Let's see how the rest of the show goes without you in my way.
And so over you! Kick it, Gus! You were just a stray idea and a glint in my eye when I wrote you. I picked you out and I shook you up and I turned you around and wrote you into someone new.
Now 5 years later on, I've got the world at my feet. Success is within arm's reach soon.
But don't forget it's me who put you where you are now, and I can put you back down too.
Don't you write me. You know I don't believe it when my plots and schemes just fail me.
Don't you write me.
You know I don't believe you when you say that you don't need me. It's much too late to find when you think you change your mind.
You better change it back on me. Don't be sorry.
Don't you write me, baby. Don't you write me, oh. Don't you write me, baby. Don't you write me, oh. And now, I welcome you all here in the Festival Theater today to WrestleMania 1900!
What?
In this corner, weighing in at 145 pounds, it's the dip in your script, the writer who's a blighter, the gray day in your play, the ne'er-do-well narrator!
You can't boon me. I'm a lady, and ladies don't wrestle, at least not with the likes of you. Now that Watson's kind of cute, though.
But I am not your opponent. In this corner, weighing in at a collective 400-ish pounds, it's the types that'll make you say yikes, the ones who train to bring you pain, the team that'll make you scream, it's the Girls!
Applause for the children. I should never write in kids or dogs.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Just a moment here now.
First up, it's the eraser. Got a problem with somebody trying to control you all the time? Just erase them!
Wait, don't erase! Stop erasing me, you two! Stop it! You! Stop it!
Next up, it's the closest thing to a Sherlock Doctor Who crossover you're ever gonna get. Okay? It's the mini fourth Doctor!
I thought they were just having one at a time.
Oh, you don't enjoy my narration, do you?
No, I don't enjoy your narration.
Oh, well, that doesn't matter anyway, because this next guy's gonna put you out of your misery. It's Captain Hammer!
Now wait. Just wait a second here, you. Wait, no. Wait, that's not fair! That's not fair! I wrote this! You can't do this to me! Wait, where are we going? Get you! You can't do this to me! You stupid! Oh, no!
And there we have it. And that, as they say, is that. Now, with Alice Conan Doyle out of my way, I'll be free to do whatever I should please. That Sherlock doesn't stand a chance.
Well, you think so, do ya?
What are you doing here? I told him to throw you in the Thames.
Well, I'd say that I was trained by Ronda Rousey, but You can't kill an idea.
No. No, 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 no! This isn't fair. What can I do? I can't win. There's no free will in this place.
Did you really think you were going to win, you doofus? This is a Fezziwig family Christmas show. You can't win.
But what do I do now?
Well, you can't outright win. You can't take over the world or anything like that. But I didn't say you had to lose. We love happy endings.
I don't have to lose. I don't have to lose. I don't have to lose. All right, everybody. I'm back, and I'm going to give that Sherlock a finale to remember.
That's the spirit, I guess. We'll move on to New Year's Eve, the 7th day of Christmas. Now, Sherlock has planned a special party. He's invited the lords and the ladies and the irregulars and the police. It's the execution of his plan to reel in Moriarty.
Can we go over this plan one more time before the guests arrive?
Must we?
There is a lot to keep track of.
And it would help keep the audience informed.
Okay, fine. All right. So every year, the lords and ladies hold a fabulous New Year's Eve ball. And Moriarty, being averse to unnecessary activity and addicted to drugs.
Who else does that sound like?
Will, of course, want to snatch up all of the lords and ladies in one fell swoop. That's right. You and Constable Longbottom will be here with the rest of your officers in plain clothes. If we need backup, the irregulars are here in disguise as a choir. I'm in disguise as their choir director. And Watson is... Where is he? Watson!
I'm not coming out!
We haven't been all day, lad.
I look ridiculous!
I'm sure you look fine. Come along.
Fine! Fine.
And Lestrade, being her partner, will have Watson here as her bitch.
I still don't understand why I'm in drag.
Well, you need to be in disguise to attend the party.
No, I don't. I'm a doctor. I get invited every year.
You do?
Yes! I've been trying to tell you that for days.
And don't forget your lovely styling for you.
Oh, they leave you that, Inspector.
You have experience with women's fashion.
No, but no one else will do it. Miss Hudson said I was right foolish.
That's it. I will change it.
Not everyone can pull it off as well as I can. And so the party began. I think I might attend myself, as it is the event of the year. Now, keep an eye out for Moriarty. He's probably lurking somewhere. It's like a real life Where's Waldo?
Watson? Your date with Lestrade seems to be going awfully well.
It's not so much a date, it's more of a stakeout. Any sign of Moriarty yet? No.
He's sure to be here.
So everyone mingled and chatted each other up at the party. But to keep up pretenses, Sherlock did arrange for the irregulars to sing a song for everybody. They gathered together and everybody watched.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please give a warm welcome to the new children's choir of London, the Asymmetrics. Now, let me perform what I am assured is a heartwarming selection, especially when performed by young children.
Does it fall from skies above? Is it
sometime, my dear. Yes, yes, we shall make homes for them all.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, yes, it does bring a tear to your eyes.
Well, you know, there are a lot of flowering plants here. I deduce the just only salty.
I wasn't expecting that. I certainly was expecting this.
Lord Fezziwig.
And Lord
Great to see you. So good to see you once again.
Just back to the colonies, are we?
We were, yes.
And how are things after that big election?
Oh, in Canada as well, I tell you. What a country, what a progressive country they have. They have Medicare, they have home care, the child care, yes, but no bowel care.
Oh. A nice beer, though.
Oh, sure. Yes, and the Liberals. Well, they said it couldn't be done, but look what happened. Prove that Trudeau.
Must stop all this.
Oh, look at this. Just in time.
Now, lords and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, police and irregulars, yes, we know you're all there. Sherlock Holmes and John Watson, too. Moriarty's gift shop proudly presents to Chief Inspector Lestrade 7 swans a-swimming. Oh, can I please return to sender?
This party's awful! The real places of the 11 Pipers piping. Come on, you lot! Let's spice it up! Lord Augustus! Don't bring this party down. Just keep your eyes on me. Don't want you holding back. I say, shut up and dance with me. I think I found my destiny. I say, ooh, ooh, shut up and dance with me. I will let my soul take me in musical, miracle, hallelujah. Help is in the face of an angel sing. Oh, I was bound to find the spotlight, bound to find the spotlight. I saw the birds. I don't know how it happened. I took the floor and I said, don't bring this party down. Keep your eyes on me. Don't try to hold me down. Shut up and dance with me. My destiny. I said, ooh, ooh, shut up and dance with me.
Sherlock, please tell me if you can stop all of this soon.
Oh, sure. Stop everything. Guess what the party's getting good?
Hold on a second. I recognize him. It's Moriarty in another one of his ridiculous disguises.
You really need to get those eyes checked.
Sherlock, you human bastard. Why don't you just fire up one of your old gimmicks, right? And fire bloke so we can be off home.
All right. If I'm going to find Moriarty before he escapes, I'm going to have to go into my mind palace.
Oh, no! We think he's here.
No, no. The palace in my mind.
I don't follow.
Don't think about it too much. Just let him do his thing.
Okay, I've seen him be weird before. This takes the cake.
Just wait for it any moment.
Not you. Not you. Definitely not you. He's here.
find Moriarty. There!
Yes, of course you can find me. And John, you really do need to get your eyes checked.
Quick, grab him!
It's no matter! You're all done for anyway! You've all eaten my pies!
Actually, Sherlock had me replace the pies with food from Troy Restaurant just before the party. It cost a pretty penny for a rush order, but I guess it was worth it.
Oh, that's how it is, huh? Well then. I'll throw your corpse in a well. Don't ask me now that I tell. Some men have murdered a cell, and Sherlock's in my way.
If you're talking about the assassin you sent after Sherlock, she's locked up in Scotland Yard.
Ah, curse the lot of you! Before we take you away, Moriarty, tell us, why? Why all this madness at Christmas time? You trying to take over the city? Advertise your business for further financial gain?
Isn't it obvious?
No!
I'm a romantic at heart. I just wanted to see Chief Inspector Lestrade and Dr. John Watson get together in the end.
What?
What he's referring to is, I had gone to, see, there's this gift shop, and I had...
Oh, we'll all be here till next New Year's at this rate. Watson is romantically interested in Lestrade.
Well, I knew that.
Oh.
No, I've just been wondering why he never asked me out.
You have?
Well, I mean, I would have asked you out ages ago, but as Chief Inspector, I can't be paying unsolicited social calls on the assistant of our primary consulting detective.
Hold on, primary consulting Sherlock, now.
Well, and I certainly couldn't ask about when I saw you professionally. So, I've been waiting for you to come to me.
And ask you out, you say?
Maybe you should try it sometime. Watson, maybe, till now I've been a little husband, forsooth. I have an awfully sweet tooth. Watson, maybe, your heart-shaped cookies made my needs weak. Watson, maybe, you needn't buy me any more things with wings. But gosh, I love when you sing. Watson, maybe, we could ride a jingle Think of all that we'll deduce. Solving crimes by day and then at night we'll let loose. Snuggling by a coconut tree. Darling, dearest Watson, it's Alan. Watson, maybe, there's a final difference.
It's the tick on the list.
Watson, maybe, the New Year's clock will soon strike me blind.
It's New Year!
Old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind. Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne. For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang
Oh, my plan to get John Watson and Inspector Lestrade together in the end worked out perfectly.
Hold on! What about all those flyers we've seen around town advertising your diabolical services?
Look, there's going to be a lot of crazy ideas floating around out there, but the truth is, even a romantic needs to get paid at the end of the day. And, well, crime pays, so...
No. Crime doesn't pay. That's the same.
Oh, I assure you, it most certainly does. Those bird pies sold beautifully.
Well, what about your more nefarious scheme, What about that war, that coma?
You just look like a Christmas miracle!
Sherlock, it's the end of the show. The irregulars were adopted by the lords and the ladies, which is very exciting. And Lord Poole woke up from his coma, and even Adler and Hoover joined a group that was formed for people who are attached to emotionally distant partners.
How can this possibly be a happy ending without the villain captured?
Sherlock, you brimming bowl of haggis, you. What do you love most in this world?
Yeah, solving cases, I suppose.
Exactly, and with Moriarty still out there in the world, you'll always have a case to solve.
She's right, you know. There he is!
Tied up for a whole second out of the night. Beat the show for him. Get him. That's it.
Right with the world.
Oh, does this mean it's time to sing the Fezziwig frolic?
Oh, goodness, not to the bows, please. But we do, however, need a boisterous finale. Thus.